Hello adventurers, and welcome back to my channel. You might be able to hear it. It's raining outside. So I thought today would be a great day for a calm day. I have been going non-stop, and yesterday I pulled into this campsite and I was really excited because it's a beautiful campsite. And I just kind of wanted to unwind a little bit after going non-stop, and so I took the day very slow, made a mountain house after all the activities, and well, woke up to rain. So I think that's the world's way of telling me I'm supposed to take it slow today. So far I have put my bed back into couch mode. I have had some fruit this morning, and well, I'm just kind of taking it easy. I'm going to be doing some downloading of some footage in a little bit using my lap table that I have, and gonna just kind of play it by ear a little bit. Now, check this out though. It's only 60 degrees in the van. That is fabulous. It feels so good here. In fact, last night it was even a little bit cold. Oh, it was nice. I ended up bundling up using my regular t-shirt, a hoodie, some sweatpants, some thick wool socks. I had my little throw blanket right here, but I also had my big blanket, and I did have a couple of other blankets that I could use, but I ended up not having to, so that was kind of nice. But it got down to about 40 degrees last night in the van, and it was pleasant to say the least. I did, however, wake up a little bit stopped up because of the cold. That's to be expected. But oh my gosh, I have thoroughly been enjoying just being here in the Leadville area. It's so nice, and this rain definitely puts me in a cozy vibe. So I think I'm gonna have to figure out what I would like to make it a little bit. Now, cooking in the van is gonna be a little bit different just because of the setup, but I think I might be able to use my stove. I'm not sure. I'll have to crack a door to do that because I don't use any gas without ventilation. So I'm gonna wait until I think it chills a little bit, or I'll just pull out my little kettle and use it and heat up some water and have another mountain house. Typically I don't eat mountain houses every day, but at the same time, it is nice in situations like this or in times when I've been super active. So it could be interesting. But let's see. It's a little less. Oh, it's so pleasant. Oh, look at that. It's just nice. It smells amazing out here too. So for the time being, let's put on some shoes, and we'll just walk out here for a minute. Oh, these socks are not made for these shoes. These are the fluffy ones. I think you can see there's still clouds, and the sky wants to be blue, but it's just not there yet. So I don't know if it's going to get that way or not. Originally, we weren't supposed to have rain at all today, so who knows? But inside the van, it's nice and cozy, so probably going to get back in there in just a minute. But yeah, just the smell of the pines is nice. As for batteries, I have about 18% left on the one that's running my fridge, and this one has, let's see, about 98%, so I should be good for the day. Oh yeah, this guy too. This is what I've been charging my cell phone off of, and 59%. I should be okay. One of the clouds moved and there's sun. So maybe I won't be inside all day. We'll see. But as for right now, it's still little sprinkles. So I'm gonna go back in, try to download some stuff, and you know, finish up my breakfast. And then we'll kind of go from there. I'm not mad if I sit in place though. I've been moving a lot. And getting back into the swing of travel again, the way that I travel especially, go, pretty taxing on the body. So yeah, I don't know, we'll see. Just kind of looking out at the area around me. I see some little chipmunks. They're so cute. And it's a little different to see in here when it translates to camera, but I kind of have my extra 2 pillows down below, my body pillow across, and my lap table all ready to go. So I'm in a lounge mode right now. Whew. So, since I'm back inside, I'm just gonna kind of be cozy, I think, but this kind of gives me an idea of what it's gonna be like if I'm gonna be stuck in the van for a continued amount of time, which is really good because Putting the van together in this new layout, I was kind of hesitant on a few things because, for one, with the cabinet where it is, I can't pull the bed fully out, so I had to figure out how I would adapt my sleeping, which is still a work in progress. I slept pretty well last night, but at the same time, I can definitely feel the difference between the full length bed, which is static, and then this one, and then also having to pull it out every day. That's okay though. It's also given me an opportunity to see how I maneuver in the space. So for example, right now, instead of having these behind the bed, which is where they normally would live, because I'm just going to be in the van today, I didn't feel the need to put them up, so I just kind of set them over here. So I could almost use this almost like a lay across couch. I do have my shelving and stuff on this side though, so I can't do that fully. But I'm working on figuring out how I might be able to do that a little bit more effectively, so I could have the most maximum comfort while in this layout. But this is the thing I really like. Check this out. So this is my small lap table that I've had for a while in my van, and I can take it and fold it out, and then I can turn it to the correct direction, and then I can actually use it sitting on my couch like this, which is super nice. So in a few minutes I can put my laptop here and actually have a workspace that is good, but then also have a small cup holder. Now this cup holder, let me make a little bit of a show and tell though. This cup holder is not designed for water bottles, so it would be good for like an average cup or one of my small Gatorades, but I can't really use it with this guy. But that's okay because I have this spot right over here that I can use it from, and then it works out. So all in all, this is really nice. And before, whenever I would use this on my bed, it would almost be too wide, but now it fits perfect. So as you can see, there are some advantages to the new couch bed setup. And on top of that, I can always pull my legs up, do a little crisscross applesauce, and be super cozy, which is nice, again with my blanket. It's really chilly here, so this has been very nice. But just figuring out the space a little bit better is really something that this trip is all about. And also adjusting to being back out on the road again, since I've been not as much on the road as of late. It's so exciting to get back out, but at the same time it comes with its challenges, so I'm adjusting to those. Now another thing that I really like about this little lap table that I was talking about is I think I can also use it as a table on the floor if I want to play games, or if I want to set up my cook stove so I don't have to have it on the mat. Because unlike my previous cook stove, which was square and I could set it on my mat and feel confident, this one, because well, if you saw my last video, you know it's more vertical. It's a backpacking stove. So I wanted something that would be more stable for it. So I think this will also work for that. But anyway, with that said, I'm just going to kind of relax a little bit, I guess. And I'll let you guys know whenever I get to the next step of that part of the day. Till then, back to the grapes I go. I want to eat at least probably a quarter of this for my breakfast. And buying grapes in bulk like this is really great because they're already off of the stem, and so it just makes it a little bit easier. Typically, if I buy grapes on stem, I pull them off and then put them into a container so they pack better anyway. So this just happened to be the right place, the right time, and the right price whenever I found it, whenever I was over in the Kansas City area. So for $5.99, I was able to get a massive thing of grapes, and that might seem kind of steep, but at the same time, they're all seedless, they're already off the thing, and they had a container to go in. So it was a good deal for the time. Typically, I just buy the bags though, so it is what it is. But I'll see you guys in a little bit after I eat some grapes. Okay, grapes are done. Now let's talk about other ways that I can keep warm whenever the temperatures are much lower. I talked about earlier, I have a series of blankets, and I have these kind of just about. I have my main blanket sitting directly beside my bed, and then this one sits on top of the couch. But inside my pillows, I actually have blankets as well. Now, if you didn't see my packing video, you might not have seen me get these pillowcases. All pillowcases that go in my van serve as a packing source. So on these, they actually have a little zipper, and inside this zipper is where I keep my wool blankets. So I have 2 wool blankets, and then I also have a cooling blanket. So if I'm traveling to warmer temperatures, that's in there as well. So with this, it keeps me having a nice fluffy pillow, which I can use in a variety of different ways to get comfortable in the van. but I also can use it for warmth, but the warmth doesn't have to be out and about in the van looking all bulky. So this is a great way to have extra blankets, but I also use a few other things. Next up, hand warmers. Now, hand warmers are something I've carried with me since I did backpacking and tent camping. And these are great because they just come in a 2-pack and you can open them up, shake them a little bit and throw them in your pocket or in a sock that goes over another sock. You never want these to touch your actual skin, but they are great. I also have some electric ones that I carry when it's super, super cold. So these are like my mid-level version of cold weather. So I have these at all points with me, and I usually carry anywhere between 10 and 15 of these in the van at any given time just to make sure that I have them. And so last night I got a couple of them out thinking, oh, I'm gonna need these because it's gonna get cold. But in fact, because of my blankets that I brought with me, I was actually okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep them out because it's supposed to be a little cooler tonight. But all in all, I keep a bunch of these with me. Now, as you guys know, I try not to go into extremes, so extreme heat or extreme cold. But in some conditions, you know, you just don't have the option to choose to be or not to be in those. Like on my way out of Texas, I knew it was going to be pretty warm, so I had to make a lengthy driving day just to get out of that. Now, at the same time, sometimes that's not an option. So when it's not an option, you kind of have to just know what you're doing to adapt to it, which is why I have like the cooling blanket and why my body pillow itself has a cooling fabric on it also. Now, whenever it's cold, sometimes the cold sneaks out and gets even colder than you expected. And so that's why it's important to have more layers, more blankets, heating devices, and for your outside navigation, having a puffy jacket, a beanie, and some gloves also, which I keep those up on the roof just in case I need them. Otherwise, they would be in this space just kind of awkward. Inside the van, however, I do keep a few things for layering for cool to cold temperatures also, and let me show you. Again, if you watched my packing video, you probably saw the jackets on the side over here. I keep lightweight jackets and sweaters so that I can layer them with other things like this hoodie right here. I could actually put these on and then put something on top of them, and it would trap heat inside. So all in all, there's lots of ways to keep cozy in your van on a day like today. Sounds like the rain has stopped just a little bit, so I'm hoping it will have lifted for the day, but just the same, I'm enjoying my time, my space, and I'm just going to keep relaxing. I think I'm going to watch some Netflix and chill, so to speak, until I know for a fact that the rain's not coming back. And then if it does come back, then I'll be fine already, and if it doesn't, then maybe I'll get outside and do a little walkie poo and check out some more of the campground. Okay, time to make some lunch. I'm going to use some tortillas and some of this premium white chicken right here. And then also some bacon bits and some cheese. And I'm just going to make like a little wrap with hummus as the base. So I'm very excited about this. At some point, guys, I'm going to get some bright white lights to make it a little easier for you guys, but the bright white hurts my eyes. So I usually cook in like a muted light, like this kind of. So we're going to make some wraps today. Okay, starting off, I'm going to go ahead and open everything. So I'm going to start off with about 3 or 4 of these, and then I'll move on to some hummus. And the hummus is just a hummus spread. And this particular hummus spread is pretty awesome. And I'm just going to use my spoon end of my morsel because it has a flat side also. So I'm going to spread it and then kind of smear it with that side. Okay, now that I have hummus on everything, I'm going to go over and just sprinkle a few small bacon bits on each one, kind of in the center. This will just give me a little bit of deliciousness. I'm going to spoon a little bit of the chicken onto each one. Now this is an Applewood smoked chicken. It's just a great value brand. This is a little bit more high sodium than I would love, but at the same time, it is kind of what it is. And the nice thing about these is they're a good chunky chicken, so you can actually have a pretty decent bite. It's not like it's just mushy. And then we'll move on to some cheese. And the cheese, I'm just going to sprinkle a tiny bit onto each, find a home for that piece of chicken, and I'm ready to go. I have lunch. Now, the nice thing about this is it's a very low cleanup item also, so I can go over this with a cleaning cloth to start off and get it nice and clean And then I only have one other item to clean, which is perfect for a day inside the van that I don't want to get out a whole like wash up setup. So this is a good way to do this and also get it nice and sanitized. And then after that, I'll do the plate after I'm finished up. Now, meals like these are perfect because I don't have to get outside because, again, it's raining. So also I don't have to like pull out a bunch of stuff in order to clean up my space. All I have to do is sit back and enjoy some nice deliciousness here in the van. I'm really excited about this. It's going to make a really good lunch. And then we'll see again if it's going to stop or not. And if it does, cool. And if it doesn't, I'm not mad at it. This has been a pretty good day so far. And I'm already feeling a bit more relaxed. Oh, it stopped raining a little bit ago, but I was kind of chilly, so I went ahead and got some hand warmers, put them in my pocket, and have this big sweater pocket here. And now I've just kind of gotten into this like zone of I'm sleepy because I ate lunch a little bit ago, and I've been kind of watching a movie, and it's still pretty wet outside. The rain came down for a while, so that was kind of interesting. I also had somebody knock on my door. That was wild. I was sitting in here, I just finished my lunch, and all of a sudden I got a knock. Well, I'm on BLM land here, so I didn't think it would be the police or anything. I'm not in a place I'm not supposed to park. So I was like, okay, that's not a normal thing. So I kind of peeked out my window and I saw it was these two girls, and they didn't look scary, so I did something I normally wouldn't do. I kind of cracked my door and I was like, hello? And they were actually out here trying to help people who are displaced. They said that a lot of people have been out here this summer, and a lot of those people are not people who are here by choice, but rather because they have to be here as a result of maybe not having the proper funding to be able to go elsewhere. And so they've had a lot of people overstaying. And so they're here to kind of see if there's anybody who's kind of in that position and help them out just a little bit, which I thought was kind of cool. I also think that it's kind of saying something that they have had a lot of people reporting that more people are staying in 14-day areas longer. If you ever pull into a camp and it says you can only stay for 14 days, please only stay for 14 days. I know that sometimes our circumstances are really bad, but the reason that these places are available to everyone is because of that 14-day stay limit. So if you're a person who has the ability to move on, then you should move on. If your vehicle is stuck there and you need assistance, then you need to find assistance to help you out. Now, I know that's difficult for some people to be able to move as frequently as I do, but in situations like this, where there's a specific amount of time, we need to follow those rules. Because what happens whenever people overstay at places is they start shutting them down, which means no one can use them at all. And that means the people who really need them also can't. So that's why it's super important to kind of respect the boundaries and rules of the individual public lands. But yeah, it just kind of scared me a little bit though when there was a knock. I haven't had a knock, and I was kind of nervous. So to be honest, I just decided after that I was just going to kind of take it real slow and also make sure that there wasn't anything else weird going on. So I kind of locked the doors and stayed inside. But it's getting a little bit later now, and I've still got a little bit of energy. I don't know. Again, it's been kind of a recovery day for me. So doing all these things inside the van, you know, I have the ability to do so. I also have a book with me that I've been reading about incredible women. And it's just the stories of all these incredible women adapted by our former First Lady Hillary Clinton and Chelsea, her daughter. A lot of times whenever I pick up a book, it's like a travel related book or something to educate me. And when I saw this book initially, I saw the picture, and I had seen this picture somewhere before, and I was like, where was that? So I flipped inside to see, and then sure enough, the picture on the front, these are women who actually served in World War II, and they were right there serving with the men. And that was really cool at that time because women didn't have those jobs. So I absolutely was like, yeah, I'm going to get this because it has different stories about those kinds of incredible women. So I've been kind of picking that one apart a little bit too while I've been sitting here. Sometimes I color, sometimes I do things on my computer, sometimes I watch television, all sorts of stuff you can do in your van when you're stuck in a rainy day. So no loss for fun stuff, but for now, I think I'm going to get back to kind of relaxing a little bit.